Greetings and once again welcome back to the factory that never ends, but also that kind of never moves, which is the insanity. In the last episode I moved some more wood processing over here. The only problem is that they don't have ash, because the ash is being made from raw fiber here, and raw fiber is actually arriving right now. What a coincidence. But mostly this is just kind of standing still, and this wood is, or rather these logs are pretty important because they need to go elsewhere, namely over here back to where they were produced before, because here they can become tree seeds. Not sure though. Oh right, because of the thing over here, because of the oak food, but also because, mostly actually, because I have plenty of oak food and plenty of tree seeds over there. But what I am missing here is logs that go up here and become wood for the antimony oxide burning. So currently I'm not getting any antimony oxide, which means that I'm not getting any anything. No, any batteries mostly, and which means that I'm not getting any logistic science packs. And logistic science packs are just very useful because then I could finish my research, but here there are absolutely no logistic science packs whatsoever. So basically I need ash. And a good way to get ash is to provide it to LTN. And it just so happens that I have a belt here coming in with a lot of ash. So this belt shall be provided, is my realization of this. And I have realized that sooner or later I am kind of also going to need quite a bit of ash for other things. For example, not just the tiles, but for some fancy stuff like special fungal substrates, fertilizer, quality food, Corlex, milk, Helesias, something. Yeah, it's basically we need ash for a number of reasons. So let's go get that. And then there's naturally a few other things that I'm going to do in this episode. Hopefully, maybe, eventually, one day. So please here use this ash and insert that as long as it's needed, which it's going to be. And then I'm going to need to request it, of course. Sure, I guess you can actually build here. This is probably a intersection that needs to be made sooner or later. Maybe pretty soon. Speaking of which, I think I might have more rails. And then Filter, please. And this ash comes in here. Let's see. Not convinced about that. I actually think that I would like to prioritize this input. Something like that. And then maybe we can get some nice little ash and some more logs and stuff. Sure, build those, why not? Vroom. And look at that, 330 rails. Things are starting to happen. Now it is much rails, maybe I could even... Yeah. I probably want to finish this intersection maybe. But we will see. And then, let's see, I was thinking of something else. Yes, I am thinking of going to bed because I walk so slowly. I'm thinking of going to the wrong place apparently, because where I wanted to go is over here. Because here is the drill heads, and the drill heads are very messy right now. So what I would like to do is to copy these things, copy them as, move it a bit over here somewhere. Place them as, see what options we have for drill heads. I believe there are 3 options right now. Chromium, steel, iron, and chromium, steel, aluminium, and steel, aluminium, titanium. Out of those, I believe that the titanium one is the best option. This is titanium, this is the next best, this is the worst. So what I would like to do is to somehow, let's see, where, how, what, you are being made there, you are being made there. You have 2 inputs, or rather 3, but 2 lanes of inserters. And you have, let's see, are you sharing anything with you? Steel and aluminium, steel and aluminium. So then I can actually do something like this, very fancy actually. Huh. Not bad at all. And then the question is, which direction do I want these in? Is this direction good? Maybe it is actually. It feels a bit weird, but it can work. And then I would like to redirect stuff. So you have here plenty of things. Now I would like to structure this a bit better, so I will disable all production of drill heads here for a bit. All of this is just going to drill heads. All of this is going to drill heads. This is going to drill heads. This is going somewhere else. So here we have titanium and steel. Here we have just steel. So that can be refilled there. I actually do have quite a bit of drill heads right now though, but that's only because the production of other things is standing completely still. And then you need, of course, God, what a mess this is. Some fuel. I guess I can find biomass or something similar. Some wood or something somewhere, maybe. And I think this is actually a good opportunity to do this refactoring in, because right now the drill heads are not being used anyway. The drill heads go down here. Whatever this is goes nowhere. Why do I have a radar here? Because of legacy reasons. These can be moved there. And changed a bit around. Come on. Then I need the aluminium. Maybe I can actually use loaders for this. And this was chromium. And then this is steel. And this is also steel. And then we have lead for some reason. There we go. Now things are looking a bit maybe better. Aluminium should go up here. Don't necessarily like having it so close to the rails, but whatever. And then we need stuff over here. Let's see, what do we need? Wait a minute, I also need fuel stuff. Damn it. Well, I seem to have coal dust here, so let's just use that. Even though I was thinking of using some more biomaterials to avoid ash, but having fuel is better than having no fuel. And then I need to separate the drill heads and the ash. Let's see. Here we have a belt of ash. That looks good to me. And then we have the drill heads, which can go down here apparently. Now then, let's see. Steel, titanium, steel, stuff, steel. Okay, so steel needs to go everywhere, of course. Oops. Damn it. How far back do I get? Oh crap. Couldn't I wait just a few more minutes? Apparently not. This was like one of the worst possible scenarios, possibly. Because this stuff is not that fun. I don't think I have enabled that yet. So you take steel. You also take steel. Chromium is for these things. That crash kind of sucked. Unlike most crashes, I guess, or something. Aluminium. And lead. This used to be aluminium. And then lead goes there. Then I actually also had this, and I think using some kind of splitters might be a good idea here. And then, right, this is where it's crashed. I need to remember that. Steel, bloop, bloop, output, bloop. So steel needs to go to all three of them. Although that's only 2 belts actually, because of how I have designed things. So one of these belts will need steel. One of these belts will need steel. The other side of the belt might need titanium. At least that's what you currently get. Chromium, iron plate, chromium, aluminium plate. Aluminium plate, okay. Where do we have chromium? Chromium we have here. So you need chromium and you need chromium. Yup. That means that I need a splitter. And then we need one more thing here. Steel, aluminium, titanium. Aluminium. Which comes from here. Not that far actually. Here we need aluminium. And then we need this belt of coal dust. You also need steel, right? So you need iron plates. I believe we have that here somewhere. And let's see, you can just continue here, I guess. Wait, you are and I think maybe I am still missing an underground belt here somewhere. No, I have even amounts of underground belts now. Never mind. Iron plates here. This seems to only contain iron belts, iron plates. Now at least we have one production going. Maybe not exactly what I had in mind, but it's a start. Where's my aluminium? Not here. And then I would also, of course, like to have a bit of circuit magic for these things. Let's see. I guess I can use those. No, wait, I can't really. I probably need to use the inputs. Oh, it actually reached. I'm shocked, to be honest. Hold, perfect. And then. So you should be enabled if. Let's see. If aluminum plate is 0, steel plate is 0. Hmm. Steel plate. Wait, can I? Yes, thank you. Hmm. Steel plate and aluminum plates, those are always needed here. Steel plate, aluminum plate. Then you can output A equals 1. And then I need either chromium or titanium. And then we can probably maybe output A equals 1 again, just for simplicity. And then we can check if A equals 2. And then we can output green check signal or something. And then I need to think, what have I done here? Okay, so now I have a green check signal. That means that you up here should not be active. Let's see, I can actually, instead of going this way, let's go the other way. green check signal equals 0. And then, let's see, we need another little thingy. Which should then check, let's see, steel, aluminium, and titanium. And if all those three are active, you output a check signal. And then we use this check signal to determine whether or not this one is active. And that way we will get only, only the best possible recipe. Hopefully. Have we gotten any ash by any chance? Yes, we have. So we should be getting some wood, logs, whatever stuff. And those logs should be provided over here. Here. And those logs were provided over here, although here we are definitely missing fungal substrates. So basically we need more logs. But we should be getting some amounts of antimony oxide now every once in a while at least. Because this production is kind of backing up, mostly. Well, at least I have plenty of borax. And then you are no longer needed. Neither are you. And neither are you. I was thinking of something. Yes, I need way more than one botanical nursery over here. How many do I have? I have 4 of them. Perfect. Or something. Oops, wrong button. Hello, robots? Where's my robots? Have I died again? Uh, where's my robot? Okay, here they are. Hello, robots. I guess they were just out doing construction business. And then I just need some outserters. Yes, yes, I know it's possible to do something called copy-paste. How did you get there? Also, here you go. You made those. You made those. You made those. And you made those. Oh, that's not right. That's why I was getting those. Then let's take some of these trees and put them inside something. Whoops, missed. How about you only use wood instead? Wastes less resources that way. Where are you going? Cotton gut requester, fine. So now we are getting some logs and wood and stuff, just not very often. Oh, yeah, that might help. Some of these apparently do not have any requests for trees. So how about now? Not sure, but I think this means that I might be getting logs a little bit quicker. And then let's see, I have some production somewhere else as well, but maybe this production should just stay where it is for the time being, until the railroad here is kind of more or less complete. Speaking of railroad, I would probably like to continue that work. Maybe that's where my robots were before. That's that one. Then maybe let's continue making some more of these things along this lanes. You can kind of stop this for the moment because I'm planning on remaking this one. You are probably gonna be in the way, so I'm gonna move you over there. And then the robots can start building. And then I can place this thing. And then I probably need to get a few more signals. I mentioned that I kind of would like to have more robots as well. And why do I keep opening that thing? Also, while waiting for these robots, I would happily like to snap this to a grid. Not that grid. Off in both X and Y. Grid size, how about we say, does it make sense to do 32 times 32 or should I do 64 times 64? Let's see, here, rush, rush, rush. Nope. I should probably maybe even do, what's 32 times 7? 224. What happens if I do this? Slightly off. Slightly off. Okay, so how about we just do 32 times 32 then instead? That seems more reasonable, and then we adjust this a bit. I don't get, like, what's the difference between grid position and the absolute? I really don't get that. Let's see. We are quite far off. Something should be divided by 2 or something. This is really, really tricky, I have to tell you. What if we do like that? Does this make any sense whatsoever? It did actually. It very much did. I need to remember that. Just shift clicking, that was very simple. Okay. I'm out of rails. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Except that it's true, so I actually can believe it, because, I mean, that's what facts say. That is what facts say. Speaking of logs, had plenty of logs there. And now I'm out of rails again, but it's... Now this train just went a way that no one has ever went before. So the grid is actually starting to look like something. This place is a bit of a mess, maybe. And I actually don't have that much ash. That's slightly surprising. How is it going for you with the, first of all, logs? 54 logs. Quite a bunch of ash. So you are just waiting for more ash right now. Well, luckily you just have received a delivery of that, so you should hopefully be getting more stuff very soon. Maybe I should actually cancel this raw fiber request. The ash seems quite a bit more effective. Okay, I would like to get this research going again. And if that means that I have to give it a few batteries, then so be it. The other batteries could maybe go down to this area. Where I'm waiting for simple circuit boards. What now? Raw fiber. Oh, I have a feeling that you were maybe just on your way to deliver it in that place, and then you just got cancelled. Either that or this place that is providing the raw fibers, which is this one, could potentially use a constant combinator with a little green signal. It didn't look right. Maybe it was right, but okay, it is right. And you should go to wagon locked slots. Although I highly doubt that was the problem, considering the big lack of raw fibers. Maybe I could actually do even more key sulk. If only I had ash, iron, copper. Oh, hello, robots. What are you doing here? Why are you carrying a pipe? I don't know. Ash, iron, copper. Damn it. I didn't remove the ash. I need to get rid of the ash. I did that before it crashed. Let's see. Ash to the right, please. Something like that. I mean, it's no biggie. We will just have a bit of ash here. That's fine. Maybe we can even Take that out. Where does this sink go? It goes here. Perfect. So how about then we take thank you. Not that. All the ash that is here just goes there. And I don't think there was anything else kind of. Oh, actually, yes, there is. One more thing, which is very important. Even though it's not important now, it will be later. This Favagaia provider needs steam. Where I have Favagaia, I have steam. Mostly. So, come on. So there you go. Now you have steam. In case something needs to request Favagaia from there. Is this problem solved anywhere at anything at all now? Kind of, more or less, a bit, maybe. Yeah, here we still need a lot of wood or some kind of fuel for this thing. Maybe I can provide some other kind of fuel. That's fish oil, slightly less useful. I have steam in the area, but I can't use steam to convert it into regular burnable fuel. When can I get those lovely... What was this, by the way? You had tin on... No, okay, it was just more tin. So very well, you can take away that thing as well. When do I get those lovely coal briquettes? Too far away. Very much far away. Do I have anything else that kind of solid fuel values? Some reasonable fuel, please. Coal briquettes, reasonable fuel. But it's coal briquette, charcoal briquette. Coal briquette, okay. I think I need either biomass or burnable fuel. Burnable fuel, coarse coal. Well, coarse coal is in very limited supply, I think. Crushed coal, coke, gunpowder coal. So okay, coke might actually be the best solution in a way. Because that has high fuel value and it's quite reasonably cheap, but the thing is that I am not sure if it's worth it, kind of. But then again, this one is running out of fuel quite often. Because it needs 5 megawatts in like constant consumption whenever it's running. And I guess that I probably have raw coal coke left over. Although we are definitely requesting raw coal. But coal or coke or something could definitely be provided there. Also, how is the situation here with the drill heads? You only requesting 200. You can increase that to 2,400, please. Duralumin is no longer made here. Powdered aluminium can also increase to 2,400 or something. And nickel plates may be the same. Although, let's see here. You are now connected to you, right? Yes, thank you. Okay, then let's just run around and deconstruct things. Where? There and there. Wrong place. Why do I have gravel here? I guess that's a side product from the crushed stuffs. Yeah, it is. And then over here. This belt is no longer used. This belt could just go straight, but I don't really care. Okay, and this belt, of course. And we're researching stuff again. Thank Thank the Lord, or thank the factory, or thank someone. And with this, question is, should I request? I mean, it's quite easy to just provide fuel over here. And it's also hopefully maybe quite easy just to get rid of the ash. And the ash can just go into one of these big warehouses where everything else kind of goes. First click, then Control F. And here is the log. And I guess nah, not that. And before we leave this place, we need to remember to actually request something. I don't think I need that request priority anymore. Maybe I do, I don't know. And I think that's it. Now I would prefer to kind of wait and see if anything actually comes here, but I will take a gamble and say thank you for watching and see you again next time.